$9, Frost 9. The champion would be a lot of 9s, and is the expected result since he's the favorite. He's starting as the Hans. FreakinChris, the Austrian powerhouse against him, is playing as the Vietnamese and is looking for revenge for the Nations Cup against Sweden, where they went out in the semi-finals. I'm here joined by Kelar. What do you think of the openings, Mr. Kelar?
Chris did a fine job with his scout, at least delaying the first range from Frost, so he will get the first castle up for sure. I think a lot will depend if he gets the second castle up before the CA really come in. And that could be an issue here.
Second castle is started with 2 villagers, 1 idle in the first castle. Here comes the Tarkanito. Doesn't do anything. Second castle is being worked at. Where are the units? Are not going towards the second castle. Frost is just gearing up for the push, so the second castle will complete.
Okay, he does an early castle. Okay, this is the classic Frost. I do chicken castle, but not to defend, but to insta-trap. So he just wants to mass his army.
He's gonna mass his hill for that, from that hill there with the trees in front of Chris's base. That's where he's gonna set up his traps and maybe a forward castle, I believe.
But this can be I don't think this is the best choice against Vietnamese, to be honest, because the elephants will be a huge problem for him, and he only has 2 barracks up.
Tarkans make sense, I recall. They get produced faster, so you oftentimes in the old days also you would start 5 Tarkans and then the Paladins. Here comes the first fight.
Issue here for Chris is that he didn't build any workshops, so no onagers. You should always onager against the Huns, I think.
I think you can leave out against the Huns.
Okay, but especially against Huns, I think you should always onager.
Yeah.
But the elephants are doing good work here. I think Chris's army is strong enough to hold Frost's push here. And then this could already be a game win for Chris here, I think.
2 rams on the field, not a single trebuchet queued by Frost. His castle is up, he hasn't queued it yet. Rams alone, well, might do it since there's no onagers. Now Chris is placing down workshops. But Chatra's elephants are a strong unit. Frost's army is going to that hill. Red Archers obviously also a problem for the Cav Archers. Vietnamese army, if they can survive, will be very strong against the Huns here. First big battle's coming in. It is monks!
But the elephants are not in the right place here for Chris. He needs to fight together with his Red Archers to kill the Paladins.
Yeah, elephants in the left place of the woodline. Ratans, therefore, left out to dry. Some Heavies in front of them. Paladins not really able to jump the Ratans though. Ram push coming in from the side where the elephants are. So for that, they're in the right place. They have the hill advantage against the Heavies here as well. So are taking a decent fight. Side castle, side workshops for Frost as well. Red Archers fighting the Cav Archers. This is working perfectly for Chris.
And Frost has to go back here. His first push definitely didn't work. The castle on the side will probably get denied. And he used a lot of the market, so he is really low in resources. But he will be able to hold it, at least for now, and his eco is
Chris was about to stop that side castle, but draw the elephants back, so the side castle will go up for Frost. Elephants were already attacking the villagers.
Something that you should always do against Huns is the stack patrolling, because they can't have onagers, and you should always just full stack against Huns, which makes every matchup a bit better against Huns, in my opinion, because they can't really do that against you. But Chris not even stack patrolling, and maybe but he is losing a lot of elephants here. I feel like
he's out of food as well. Both out of food completely. But if no food units are present anymore, then the Red Archers are the superior unit. The question is, how many of them will Chris have? And he has to retreat with those.
There's still a lot of Cav Archers and some Rams and Traps left, and Chris don't really has anything anymore to...
Somehow, even though Chris had elephants, the KD is exactly even. When I started saying it, it was even 2 to 1 unit 257, 257. Now changed a little, but that speaks for very
good
fights for
the issue here for
the
Chris
Huns.
was that he lost most of his Halberdiers instantly to the Cavalry because the Halberdiers weren't fighting together with the elephants, but on the other side together with the Rattan archers. Then there is no real meat shield for him against the CA.
Yeah, now Rattan archer numbers are low, production is coming in, troops are starting to work on the castles in the south, paladins will find a few gold villagers, or will just pass. Relics already all gathered during this for the players. 5 relics collected, 3 to 2 for Frost already. Chris also getting 2. See, they played a lot in the mirror times.
Yeah, Chris is one of the players that focuses the most on relics, I think. Maybe together with Hazy. And Frost obviously wanted monks against the elephants early on anyway, so he just collected some relics.
Chris obviously very experienced DMer as well. We just talked about the code. Chris was the famous decoder in DM World Cup 4, where he 4-0'd code in the winner bracket.
Yeah, and Chris isn't in the best position here. He's still being pushed. There's so many CA left on the field. And he's still not doing any onagers, man. This is like casting Division 4. Like, he just needs like 2 or 3 onagers and he can easily break this push because he's struggling hard against the Rams right now.
He lost the workshops and hasn't really remade them. Only made 2 in the first place. Has a lot of economy. And, well, the Rattan archers are starting to do work now, so Chris is stabilizing his population. It's similar to the one of the Huns, and I think that's a pretty bad sign for Frost 9. Even without the onagers.
Frost Eco is in a lot of trouble right now. He has 110 villagers, but only like 60 of them are working right now. I don't know what
fixing it now, making farms. Let's concentrate a lot on the fight. It's one bombard cannon
also
pushing back.
the farm eco from Chris on the right side is fully exposed to the cavalry raids, so this is a big issue for him.
Yeah, good find for Frost. No stone for a castle for Chris, but could maybe buy 100. But obviously has to clear that first. And no fast
on the
unit.
left side on his gold. I feel like that
they kept being raided as well, so guess he was hoping Frost would not find the farms. The woody goes there as well. All the villagers scrambling in panic by 5 cavalry. Frost happy for the find, sending paladins in addition. Chris has a very interesting forward castle on that side that should have maybe been on his farms. Red archers are taking a hill in order to defend this.
70 villagers only anymore. This was huge. 3 minutes for Frost. 60 villagers. Just this raid.
Man, they were even pop, right? Probably. It was looking great for Chris. Yeah. Even pop Vietnamese versus Huns after 15 minutes. If Frost doesn't find these farms, I think Chris is supposed to win the match.
Protects I feel like this is more on Chris not having, not building a castle there.
Yeah, I mean,
this is his most important part of his base.
Frost finding the farms is so impactful because Chris could not count on Frost not finding them.
Skirmisher!
GG! 1-0 Chris.
I feel like his ego is still way too exposed against Hans here.
Elephant raids in the middle with still on 68 villagers. No villagers coming out even for FreakinChris. And random rams appearing in the woodline. Paladin, CA in the back. That's always the thing, right? You think Frost is playing the big siege pushes. But then he's also just very good at the run-around game with the cavalry.
I think just the raid won Frost the game here. Chris, super low pop still. Has to constantly chase Frost again here. Because he still isn't able to defend his economy.
Yeah, therefore can't produce more villagers, can't get more eco out. Welcome Joro. Welcome back in general. And here comes
the wood line at the
farm
start,
sounding.
but I think that was mostly an issue from Chris that he didn't bring his army together to one point. Like, yeah, the wood line kind of forced that, but then you can't attack if you don't have your army together.
I mean, that part still led to an even situation if it wasn't for the raid then after approach.
Yeah.
Now more paladins coming in. Frost is getting Chris's population down below 100 and was certainly some chances to take a game for Chris here in game number 1, but Frost too good in multiple ways and will close out game number 1.
Just some onagers at the start could have also been the thing, or at the midpoint where he was struggling against Rams.
GG's call.
But this is that's the thing, right? You can play a really good game like Chris did here, but do a few mistakes and then you can't win a game against Frost.
Yep. Start was really good for Chris, right? Was really safe, got the castles up. Frost push also doesn't look that impressive. But then Chris made 2 mistakes and Frost knows how to punish them. 1-0 for Chris. That was the first pick for Frost though with the Huns against the final pick that
but
Chris
it
has
was
to
by
use.
far, it was Chris's second best civ still, so like even if the draft position doesn't
Not
say
according
that,
to him, I guess. But
it's,
don't deny it.
It's not as good as it should be if he picked better civs than Byzantine's way.
I don't know why he did pick the way indeed. Lobby still set to set house. Spectate seems at least to be on. So that's good news for us watching the next one.
But I think this game showed that Frost 9 isn't as far ahead of other players anymore than he is in the past. I feel like in the past seasons he would have easily won the game with the first push.
Yeah.
Maybe Frost 9 didn't play it as well as he could have, but Hans and Frost were a super strong combination, and this looked very beatable here.
Yeah, definitely closer than like the Vinland Saga games, for example, where Frost kept playing Hans and it was always the opponent just couldn't get out of their base. That I remember. Spectre's kind of misbehaving right now, so if you know the next map.
And for me, it's Satao.
Ah, so. I found it now. Yeah, I would agree. I think generally also it's the feeling, right? In like ladder games, practice games, that other players start catching up to Frost, which is kind of logical since we've got so many tournaments back to back now and more people are getting more playtime compared to only Chris, the only one tryharding for a while before.
Yeah, that's true. Now we go to Lagoon.
No, Travesty, I get your logic, but that only makes you almost better than Frost.
And I feel like Chris could have just a really good matchup against anything if he plays Byzantines here. I really like Byzantines on water.
Cataphracts are also immune to the Genbos.
And Dromons are, like Byzantine Dromons are
True.
super strong. They are insanely busted. They attack faster and they have a lot bigger blast radius.
I think though Byzantines is for Swamp and Way is for Lagoon.
I mean, it would... no way. No way.
Tiger Calf and ships? I mean, Tiger Calf could be useful in a ship side.
But Tiger Calf is just worse than Paladin in everything. So then you could just do
Do they get bonus
Lithuanians
damage
and
versus
go
ships?
Paladin. Do Taya Gaff have bonus damage versus ships?
Oh, they get bonus damage versus archers, but I don't think it applies to ships. But I thought maybe. I don't know. I've not played way
No,
like ever.
but the units usually have bonus versus ships if they have bonus versus cavalry. Yeah.
True. But high pierce armor is actually good versus ships. So ships are kind of archers. Oh, Greek called it! It's the Civ win! The only Civ win in the whole wide world for the way! On land maps at least. I don't know about Lagoon. Portuguese!
Why is this a Civ win?
Uh,
Just because you have cavalry against
Yeah.
Portuguese and every single cavalry unit in the game is a Civ win against Portuguese?
yes.
Okay.
I mean, that's like... There were multiple way Portuguese matchups last TDM and the way always won with mass cavalry. Of course, because that's how you beat Portuguese.
I mean, but this is a water map, right? So it should be a lot better for Portuguese here.
We have no ship, right? I forgot how way ships are, to be honest.
Pretty bad. Don't have shipwright, don't have siphons, don't have dry dock, don't have heavy demo.
That doesn't sound too great.
I mean, the Frost could still do caravels and lose this game.
I mean, Portuguese also don't have shipwright though, right? They only have
They
their
don't have
production
demos.
bonus.
Like, Portuguese super suck as well, I think. Like, Byzantines would have clapped the hell out of Portuguese.
Oh, they don't even have demos anymore. They're
Nope.
so
And no
much
cast
worse now.
tires.
Holy, they're even worse than they were before.
But I hate ways so much, so I still say Portuguese win.
I think both Civs lose, but in game two, I can't decide as well. We've got FreakinChris thinking this is the way to go, and Frost is dreaming of Victorias, or I don't know why we pick Portuguese. Both civilizations, no shipwright. Portuguese at least produce the ships 33% faster. Way no shipwright. And, well, fire's not really usable for both civilizations. No siphons, and on the other side, no fast fire. So I guess we're gonna see a lot of galleons, and then we might even see, dare I say it, caravels?
No one is trying to dock the middle here instantly. Also super interesting. So far, on the high level at least, I've always seen someone try to instantly get stuff into the middle and win the game, like win the middle for free, basically. No one is even trying to dock it. That's crazy.
Chris isn't even docking it. No, Chris is docking at the back. Frost is doing the docks in the front, or at least has placed them down. They would die to
Frost
someone
is
who
opening
does
Caravel and Chris is opening Luchuan? Like...
Unique ships, man. That was Nations Cup meta. Let's see. Let's see how much
I don't
it
think
does here.
caravels were Nations
No,
Cup meta. I don't
caravels
think
were not
caravels were meta at any point in, like, ever.
No, they were meta in free for all.
Sure.
I've never seen them be good in anything else, but in free for alls they were very meta for a while.
I feel like Carax early on for Chris would have been insane here to just, like, I don't know. Caravels suck against Carax early on as well.
Yeah, but how does a caravel interact with a Luchuan? And maybe they're good against halberdiers, right? I mean, they're kind of scorpions of the sea, we used to call them. Maybe they're a secret gem against infantry?
Might be.
Well, they certainly should be Xianbei raiders. Why are those being made?
Chris got at least one will kill here, I guess, with the Chanbei. I didn't see it.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess a little bit for Kelar to rush, right? It's one Rex, he wanted to play CA.
Going for 60 Luchuan, what the fuck?
I think you need some not like Kelar emotes in chat, guys, just so Kelar calms down a little bit, because he sees you all facepalming as well.
Okay, we're
Rams
doing
in front
Ram
for
with
FreakinChris.
Halberdiers. Our Ram should be super sick against Caravels. I like that.
Finally Kelar likes something. Yeah, I think it's good as well. Attack damage not too high for the pot, but the Portuguese have a ram counter on water. They've got elite cannon against with Arquebus, who should be able to hit the rams pretty well. Maybe that's the other thought of Portuguese. I mean, Arquebus cannon gains should be pretty good.
Arquebus cannon should destroy Luchuan, to be honest. So should destroy pretty much everything here.
Yeah, I think that's the part I like about the Portuguese cook on Lagoon here. So it's certainly playing non-standard sys.
You just die against fire demo, no? Like if this was Byzantines and you could just do fire demo, like I don't know, you just insta die, no?
I guess that's why we have the Halberdiers, but maybe he wouldn't open Caravel versus Byzantines. Portuguese could open their own Carax, right? I think Frost would do that. Versus Byzantines sending
true,
even
but your main army wouldn't do anything here. I don't know.
It's just a big kerfuffle here. Nobody has stocked the middle, which is like feels like they're just ignoring map to fight in one choke point. What the hell is this?
No one is doing demos to fight in the choke. I guess Portuguese can, and Chris doesn't want to make normal demos.
Yeah, no heavy demo for the way it's really full Lutron. I mean, Tiger Cave now in the middle, I caught them right.
Like, Lutron are even better against normal Cannon Galleons, and Cannon Galleons with Arquebus should just destroy them.
By the way, Lutrons are only cheaper, right? They have no other bonus, I believe.
No, they don't even have the siege engineers. Like, they have nothing.
Cannon Gains are being microed back and forth. How's the range? 16 range to 13 as well, right? The Cannon Gains outrange the Lutrons.
Yeah, Cannon Gains normally outrange them, and these Lutrons even have a range less. So they get outranged even harder.
So now that Chris has no ram meat shield anymore, Frost can just always pull back and shoot Arquebus shots here, and Chris just dies to that.
Yeah, he should just do fires here, I think. Like, even if you don't have siphons, this is the only unit he can make here, I think. He needs to somehow get in closer.
I would agree, he's not thinking of that though, and Frost is moving forward with the caravels! And Frost will get a caravel victory. He won with unupgraded battle elephants. And now he wins with elite caravel, folks.
But why is he always getting these super favorable, like, he does his troll units and yeah, I don't know, but why is he I don't know, he loses all the caravels now, and there's still 9 Lutrons, 7 Lutrons.
But the Canagates are alive. I think we conclude the caravels don't matter, the Canagates matter against the Lutrons. So if it's Lutrons alive and the Caracs are dead and we only have the Canagates alive, that's fine for Frost. Because this is about the Arquebus.
Like, Chris just needed a decent water sieve here and he would have won the map, I think.
Oh, luckily you can go to playoffs and show us the waivers, Frost.
Yeah, but he will not troll against me. This is the issue.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Frost ever thinks he's trolling. I think he's convinced of what he's doing. Don't think Frost trolls. Very tryhard. And it's worked against what Chris did pretty well. Arquebus Cannon Gains OP. For the hype, we can say it was a caravel win. They certainly look really cool with their triangular sails. Yes. 2-0 for Frost 9. Portuguese get another win. No. But at least the way didn't work. 190 to 166, relatively close KD. Chris had more eco, but that was really not about eco, it was just fighting in one spot. Chris finally did dock the middle, Frost finally did dock the middle, they did one dock in the middle each, that was it. Both all in the land fight. Or like the, I don't know, the water fight, the mangrove fight.
Be like at the choke point fight, if one of them had like if Frost had that 5 Kangans in the middle or Chris had 5 Lutrons in the middle, he could have just like contested the choke point even better. I don't know. I know Frost doesn't troll, but I think his drafts vary a lot against who like he always thinks what shit can I get away with in the draft. When he plays 100%. But his draft picks are not always 100% tryhard, or he's just thinking very weirdly. I don't know.
Yeah, Hydra is like you're responding to Hydra, right? Who's claiming in chat that Frost always gives it his all, and he's the only player he's met that always gives his all. School Kid, my god, that's been a while that I've seen you. Welcome back.
No, they're already in the next game, and I think spec delay already over. So.
Oh boy, it is Akarai Bohemians versus Khmer?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Go.
I'm not sure. Khmer could be a decent counter? No, I don't think so. Don't you just get destroyed?
I was thinking about this, yeah.
But you just get destroyed by Aufnitze, no?
I guess we're past speculate, so there's no POV. I'm going to 0. I'm in. I'm ready.
Yes, me too.
3, 2, 1, go. Welcome to Akarai! FreakinChris on the Bohemians. Finally, a Civ Kelar will approve, and Frost9 is playing as the Khmer. Did you come to a conclusion if it's a counter pick or not?
I think it's the try of a counter pick. I think it's not a good counter, but there are very few good counters against Bohemians, so at least on this map.
Orko feels like Khmer will stomp. Alright. So going forward for Frost. Did anybody make a house? Nobody made a house. I mean, now they're making houses, but now it makes sense. Everybody got their castles. Walls are being opened as well, and unique units are being produced. So ballista elephants and wagons
early
will come
middle
out.
castle for Chris. That's a bit worrying. He could get overrun by ballista elephant early on here. No workshops yet. I'm not a fan of Chris's build here. You need like 10, 15 Haufnitze here. And you need a castle in your base so you don't get overrun by mass elephants.
Just also adding some docks towards the middle. The elephant ball is calmly forming in front of Chris's base, a bit like M1.
He's doing scorpions even. Oh, I hate that. There's not a lot. Like there's only Helvetiers out yet for Chris. So scorpions might work. I think you're overcommitted too early into the... I like 10 barracks, but you need your workshops. Like, do 3 barracks, then do your workshops, then castle, and then do more barracks.
Okay, now some workshops are up, some Haufnitze are coming out, but you still don't have the castle in the middle that you mentioned. Ballista elephants are getting some shots off. Scorpions aren't really at the front yet. Frost getting some TCs, getting some cannon gains out on the water. The first little army here is already causing quite some damage, killing some Haufnitze as they plop out.
Yeah, that's like, you need to be able to move back with the Haufnitze under the protection of a castle. I think like the Helvetier saved the game here because there weren't that many Scorps out yet.
No.
But this is still like, there's still no castle built for FreakinChris here. At all. Even in his back there's no castle to protect his eco.
Indeed, Welkmer, not the fastest Civ to go around. Frost now spreading out the elephants a little bit though, cleaning those wagons up. Aiming the cannons towards the starting castles of FreakinChris already. I think they're shooting the wall though right now. Aufnitzer now coming out in the center. The Halberdiers are spread around here. Don't need to go forward just yet. Elephants going after the Aufnitzer now, so Halberdiers will become activated for FreakinChris. Obviously, don't want to send too much forward. Into the scores.
Chris doesn't super Titanic because he doesn't have a castle to run back to and loses all his army in one push here, I think he actually should have this already. He killed so many elephants already while only losing Halberdiers. He hasn't really lost gold units this game. But in his back, obviously no castle protecting his back, and if he doesn't pay attention he will lose all of his eco, and then he has no wood and then he is dead. But
5 elephants already going there, lots of wood TCs for FreakinChris. Obviously every point you get versus Frost kind of worth double, because, well, it's very hard for the other players to take as a Frost.
Reaction, no, you can't lose to 5 elephants. Okay, he's at least put his
These
villagers.
not Burmese or Vietnamese elephants, so they will eventually die here, but at the front the fights are not going too great for FreakinChris. Might have overhyped it a little bit, can't produce more Halberdiers, because the wood eco is idled now. Could maybe buy some wood?
Still champions for some reason. He did 30 champions, might be misclicks, I'm not sure.
Maybe because he was out of
And
wood
he's still
and
like,
thought he
there's
needed
no
something.
castles. Why is he not building any castles? And now he's losing all of his Halberdiers?
No, you can't do that if you're playing against the Roman Orkmas, Scorpmas. Sending all the units into the Scorpions. Need to stay behind the siege, or at least behind the Hussite wagons. More infantry running forward, running to the south. We have a counter raid with Hussite wagons on Frost's main gold. Shooting a little bit at the Scorpions. The Haufnitzer at least are still alive.
But they are not well protected here against the elephants. But Frost is fully out of food now, like completely. And he builds elephants, so he will need so many farmers if he wants to continue building the army. And Chris is not dead yet. He still is not protecting his eco. I don't like. The first thing I always think about with Bohemians is, if the castle doesn't protect anything, I don't get it. Like, this is like the worst castle he could have built.
Protecting the
like,
entry
You
point.
want to have castles in your
areas.
eco and everything protected, so you can only look at your micro fight at the front with Bohemians. And for some reason, he's not doing that.
At least he's getting more wood now. It's also out of food now, but the elephants are dying. The elephants are dying. The elephants are dying. That's the last elephants for Frost.
Out of army now, out of food.
And he doesn't have eco either.
Build if he doesn't have food, because Scorpions are really shit against.
Gaians getting some snipes on the Haufnitzer. Second one goes down, third one goes down. Pushes FreakinChris back temporarily. Shoots at the castle once, but without the meat shield. That is now losing. Frost is buying time here with the micro.
On the hill. Chris, man. And now Chris is out of food, so there won't be that many new Halberdiers coming out.
Really exciting game 3 here. Chris close to doing it versus Frost, taking out the docks now. What's happening in the south? Little raid, another castle to secure, well, I guess a little bit of wood and gold there. Still the meat shield isn't really being produced. Wood now there, but no farms for Chris. On the other hand side, Frost has made 30 farms by now. So Frost's eco soon at a point where he can make elephants again, and the window for FreakinChris is closing.
I think he still can play this slowly. Like, if there's no gold on the map, like, he uses so much less gold than Khmer need to win this game, so he can play this slowly. But then he needs a perfect eco that can't be raided, and that's not what he has right now.
More Haufnitzer going down, Scorpion shots landing onto them, the elephants moving in, defensive Scorpions now for the Bohemians. That's a unit I not see too often, but I guess they don't cost food, as opposed to Halberdiers. He's losing so many Haufnitzer now.
No castle! Like, if there was a castle, he could just move his army behind and be fine, but... Okay, now the castle is coming up. And he has 23 farms at least now. Yeah, going on to 30. So he should be able to produce Halberdiers all game now.
Travisty's take is funny. Can't react to everything here, guys, but he's washed because he hasn't cut all the wood on the map yet. It's pretty good.
And Frost is mainly going for Scorpions as his backline now. They are obviously way more exposed to Haufnitze than Ballista Elephants are.
Oh, they do more damage though, and he kind of doesn't have the food for both, and he wants Battle Aliens, I suppose. Now going for that castle. Haufnitze are in front of that. Haufnitze exposed to the Battle Elephants and the Cannon Guns. Double castle setup at least. Oh, they're all getting chased down. Faster elephant movement for the Khmer coming in clutch. Haufnitze numbers down to 6 for the Austrian. Castle falls on the main gold. Frost is pushing here with the second wave. Feels so possible these games, but somehow then it always isn't.
I mean, Chris is getting all of the Scorpions now, and then there's only elephants here. But he isn't really producing the help mass he needs. Like, small numbers of Halberdiers still die hard to elephants, and he hasn't taken all of his main gold yet, so this will be a nice surprise for Frost to take.
I feel like I say the same every Akarai game that I watch on higher level. It was the one raid on the woodline.
Yeah.
The one to 6 elephants on the woodline, delaying first the wood and then the food eco, seem very impactful to me for this game.
We are still on good number of Haufnitze again and producing Halberdiers. This is definitely not over. And we could still do like a better castle to defend the main gold.
Losing another castle here down the south. Frost with a full middle control. Obviously 5 relics by that as well. And here comes another elephant raid. Looking to repeat that successful one from early game. And there's still no castle in the eco. They're talking about monks, but what he needs is castles in good spots. Good to monks if he really has the micro for it. But not many people do. Okay, Halberdiers cleared it up.
I think it was I think that this was a mistake from Frost, to be honest. He managed to kill again.
You can push at the front now, though, right? Frost is going for monks! He's trying to convert. I guess there was just a relic monk, but still. Trying to convert the Haufnitze. No block printing.
The main gold. I feel like you should always do one castle on this map between your starting TC and the main gold. Because that can't be reached from the water. And it just defends your main gold and your starting base really well.
I agree, and we're not seeing that here. How important is the main gold? I mean, at least for Bohemians, but gold is kind of running out for Chris, so unfortunately pretty important. And we've got 2,300, I think, left in the base.
I think this is the GG push now. There's nowhere left to run for Chris, and he's losing all of his Halberdiers.
There is the GG. Frost secures the set win, but as we all know, we're playing for points here, probably for Chris, and still 2 more opportunities, and he's coming closer.
Game that Chris should have won. Like, this should be a 2-1 lead for Chris here.
I don't know about should, but it could have been a 2-1 lead.
I think in both games he had the better civ and the position from which he could have won.
Reality, Frost wins, however, and gets the 3-0.
Yeah, the issue is against Frost, even with the better civs and the better positions, Frost just so rarely makes any mistakes. So if you do anything wrong, you are instantly punished. You just need to play everything super carefully and that's the only way you can ever win against Frost 9, I think.
So Malda is the only player that can ever take down Frost?
No, I think not pushing when you have a chance is a big mistake.
Okay. Just because you said carefully.
Is already on the way.
And we will go to the Swamp if I see this correctly. What's your safe prediction for Swamp? Italians?
Italians were played a lot more in Watershed. I think it's Cumans Japanese, and then Cumans just die. Because Frost knows, okay, you can't really die on Watershed because the map is too far, so I play Japanese here to not die to Cumans.
What if the Cumans are not... yeah. But maybe Chris doesn't know that, so it's Byzantines versus Japanese.
That would be a fine matchup for Chris, I think, so...
Dang it. Yeah, I was hoping for that, but it is what you said. It is the Cuban attempt. I am going to 0 again, because there was no spectator left. I think they will always happen now that we did it once, but it's fine. And I'm ready when you are.
Also ready.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to game number 4. We are on the Swamp. Yet another chance for FreakinChris to get a point. He's playing as the Cumans, Frost 9 as the Japanese. The classic Japanese double castle is placed down.
Yeah, and this is a full land defense obviously from Chris, and probably a from Frost, and obviously full land play from Chris with Cumans here, because the water of Cumans sucks just so hard that you never, even if you play water maps with them, you never go water with Cumans. But obviously Japanese one of the top civs to defend the Cuman rush. With stronger halberdiers, with treadmill crane.
I mean, they're basically generic, they just have stronger halberdiers.
I mean, yeah. But that's normally in, like, Cuman rush obviously isn't that strong anymore.
We triple castle. Little bit of a half clump here for Frost 9 halberdier. The Step Lancer gets in, kills a halberdier, but that's not really what it wants to kill. It's just massing now, I guess. Trying to position. First castle is up. Kelar has fallen silent because he doesn't believe in the Cumans. They are trying to poke around here, but not too much away so far. Otter out for Frost 9. You typically want to add a siege workshop with this, so you can shoot at units kind of outside your clump. Only 3 barracks up. Maybe this can be overwhelmed?
They're just doing so much work here now. 3 castles up. But a lot of villages exposed here. There's not really anything that Frost can build at the moment. There's no siege. Like, this is no siege at all coming for Chris. And he would need a castle, and the castle would have slowed him down so much in his build that I don't think he would be in this position now if he built a castle. So
that's a pure all-in. Japanese infantry is clogging the holes. The onagers are shooting. Still, now 2 new onagers still at HP, and he just resigns.
Yeah.
I think it's fair. Like, I think it's over. He's not getting the damage that he needs, and it's an all-in, right?
Yes.
I guess he could
Catapult
wait for
Galleon,
more.
you need like 50 shots with Catapult Galleon to kill a castle. Like, I don't know. Maybe he could have sniped the villager or something. Maybe Catapult Galleon could have actually been something here. I'm not sure.
Maybe snipe the onagers.
Maybe snipe the onagers, yeah. Maybe snipe the Wills building inside. If you do it early enough. But killing buildings isn't really a thing with Catapult Galleons.
You don't have to wait for a castle. Yeah, sure. It builds faster than a castle. That's the base thought of it, right? I would go. Castle needs a lot more build time that you want to invest into houses with humans, so you can pump out the slappies.
And this is
One dog,
Byzantines,
maybe.
Britons, I guess now? You wouldn't do Italians against Byzantines, right? Britons are just so much better. I think.
I mean, he picked Italians.
Yeah, but you have Italians and Britons remaining, so...
He did pick Italians before the Britons, but I think it was the same go, right? Yeah, so it's basically same draft position. If you're thinking about Byzantines, yeah, I think you go Britons, right? Way better against Byzantines, and that's what you should expect.
Yes. I mean, Italians,
For the
slightly
Japanese.
faster civ, slightly better water civ, but...
Yeah, Britons only get Warhawk, right? That's like
no
problem on
Carrack.
water
Yeah,
now.
maybe that's something you don't want, especially against Byzantines with the strong fires. Yeah.
I'm not seeing a lobby.
I saw one. I feel like maybe this was...
Okay, don't say too much. We will show game 5. Byzantines versus Britons, says Skokert. Yeah, I think that's what we're thinking as well. No, my suspicion was wrong.
Yeah, I think they're restarting, actually. See a lobby again.
Yeah, Frost is typing something as well, and all the spec dashboard indications say that we did not miss a game. Which is what I and you, I think, thought for a second. And
It would have been very,
one,
like, it would have needed to be like a full Cavalier...
Yeah, I mean, how does
Undo
Watershed, like,
rush?
with Byzantines, Lithuanians, Italians, and Britons end that quickly? It was kind of unrealistic. The Cubans were gone, right? So it can't really be... It would have needed to be a 2 minutes game. I think we're exactly like the 2 minutes back delay behind. That's it.
Okay, and they started again, so...
Alright. Let's go.
And we still have the spec delay this time, so... They just waited for us.
Lovely. Byzantines, Italians! It is not the Britons. Frost wants the Carracks. And maybe the Jambos.
I think it might be the right decision against Byzantines. Otherwise, you just get overwhelmed by fires and can never contest the water. But with Britons, you just could go full longbow and don't make any water units.
Yeah, but I guess it's easier to play at the start when you can contest water better, right? And against Byzantines with Warhawk, you might lose too much of your base to produce the longbows, and maybe you produce the longbows, but you wouldn't produce the werewolf traps in time.
And I think Italians are still fine-ish. Like, it's still at like close to 50-50 matchup. So...
Oh, it's water Skull Kid. Yeah, they did the maximum amount of water possible in this draft. I think this is the most watery draft we have seen all tournaments so far.
Yeah, maybe could have added Thames. But Frost also played water on Acarai, so only Satar on the water.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been game 1 hyper random with a full water map, I guess. But...
Or Thames, and they learned how to play the worst way possible from...
Oh, from Spaden. Oh, God.
Yeah. I feel like in my opinion, that should just be a full ban from all DM tournaments. But...
We're into the final game live. We've got Byzantines for FreakinChris up top, and on the right side, we've got Frost 9 with the Italians. And he is spreading docks on both sides of the river. Not sure about that. I feel
Yeah.
like ships always get stuck if you do that.
That river is kind of weird. That should not be in front of your base, no?
It's apparently very hard to fix in the map script that the river spawns towards the back of your base for all the time. Is what I was told.
A lot in water investment, condo rushing. Oh no, Chris's second dock is gonna block everything coming out of the first one.
Depends on where the gather point is, but yes, most probably. Could even trap itself, at least in theory. Condos are coming forward, champions in defense. Joro says Way is goaded on Lagoon.
Way is goaded on Lagoon.
I'm not sure about the sub message, but I thank you a lot for the 4 months of Prime. Those 3 months must have been years ago.
We can do a best of 21. I play random Civ, you play away on Lagoon, and I think I win easily. Like, very easily. I think there are a few worse Civs, to be honest. But...
Oh, looking forward to that after TDM 7. As the Carracks are going up the river. FreakinChris, not many docks out, only 3 docks up. A lot more docks constructed for Frost 9 and fully focusing on the river side right now. Also with the land units, Chris had them there to defend the condos. Did defend the condos decently well, 1 villager loss. And now the Byzantines are building the Cataphracts. And Cataphracts versus Pikes, you can't wait, set Travesty! And they're in the queue. Arbalest though, better unit against the Cataphracts. Generally, Arbalest instead of Genbows? I guess Genbows don't really do their bonus damage. And you just get pierced armor in addition.
We definitely need some Halberdiers here to hold the water for Chris, I think. Very desperately need Halberdiers here.
Oh, the Dromons are trying to be Carracks! Went back now to get some shots off, but the river is clogged. And we're trying to play sneak dogs. Frostman, think about everything. Has a Carrack patrolling for if the sneak dogs come up. Carrack misses the patrol though. Villager will get a sneaky dock up. The initial water build-up for FreakinChris will be stopped though. Docks going down to the Cannon Gains. Cannon Gains. Are they the best actual siege ship? After every other siege ship was hyped up by many people, and in the end it's actually Cannon Gains when we finally find out?
I think so at the moment. But that's for
I kind of
1v1s,
love
right?
that. Yeah, it's
Changing.
1v1s and especially hybrid terrain maybe.
No Halberdiers here for Chris against the water. I don't know. I feel like he could have defended that a lot better if he had some Halberdiers. And this push at the top, like there's no onagers again. You're playing against the pikemen, Arbalest, like where are your onagers?
Now even Cavalier in the mix. Olarushek feels redeemed. Frost is making Cavaliers. Sneaky Dogs actually went up for Chris, getting 3 up there, producing demos though. And a fishing ship? Ooh, I feel like we're a bit rattled towards the end of the set. Secret fish boom? Don't think that's the way in Deathmatch. Everything but hand cannoneers? Hand cannoneers are actually pretty solid against Byzantines.
I feel like instead of ARPs he could have done hand cannons, but ARPs also work. It's not a huge difference, I think, in DM at least. Both died to onagers. Both are fine-ish, not great units.
Yeah, the frags are melting, forward castle is being stopped, Trebuchet is trying to path around here, so Frost winning water, now looking to push on land.
Instantly getting a good shot with the onager. Maybe should have had some more if you tried to push here.
And again, it's trying to work on the southern docks. Demolition ships are on defensive stance, therefore hit nothing. This is tragic demos. Byzantine Castle will at least hold a while. And we have fire ships coming out, but Carracks are there for Frost, allowing in theory a redock at the starting base for Chris.
What does a redock do for him here? He just needs to all in, try to not die here.
I need to comment on something, man. I'm a caster. I don't know, I think the game's over.
Failing.
There were chances, there were games where Chris had a chance. This is not really one of them, and indeed he does call it. Frost 9 takes the 5-0, but I will say a closer
in my book.
A closer 3-0 than a closer 5-0 than I thought. 3-2 in your book even, okay. Well, that's a bigger take. Luckily not for Frost, not in my book. But or not in Xardas's book as the admin of the division. There he will get his 6 points. And he deserved it. I mean, you have to punish the small mistakes that Chris did in those close games as well. GG's. Congratulations to Frost9. Christo, also strong performance. I mean, getting this close to taking 2 games.
Good
What
performance.
would you rather say?
He didn't.
Draft?
Like, he had a super solid start in every game. He had a good eco build in every game. Like, the things he struggled with when he came back to DM, he is doing well now. And there's still a few things he could improve on. Like, he's not doing onagers at all in most games, or very little. That's one obvious thing he could do to improve a lot, I think. But like, he is getting a lot better every time I play him, and we see that here.
We do. Might be a little bit too late for making it into the playoffs, though, right? I mean, he still can beat Winchester, and he hasn't played Winchester yet,
For
right?
whom to make
If
it
he
into the playoffs? No, Chris is in a fine position here.
Yeah. The Frost match, I
If
guess,
Chris wins
doesn't
his
matter.
last 2 games, he's qualified for playoffs, I think.
Okay. Oh.
Against Ulla and Winchester.